Hi guys, it's John here, and this is a quick look and review of the Gamesir X5 Lite. So this is the latest Type-C gaming controller from Gamesir. This retails at about £35, about $35, and I have put an affiliate link in the description if you want to pick one of these up and support the channel. And for that, you're getting a lightweight USB-C controller with a slight difference to what we're used to seeing before from Gamesir. So let's get it out of this slightly crushed box and see what we get inside. So we get the controller itself, we get a user manual, and we get these little rubber bits over here. So these rubber bits are basically bits you can take off from the side here and either interchange or just leave off completely. So if you remember from Gamesir controllers in the past, people have modded them and changed them just to try and get phones in with a case. And now you have the option to actually take these little pads out and either swap them for thinner ones or just leave them out completely, so you can actually use this controller with a case. So we'll go into that into more detail. Let's just have a quick look of the design of the controller and see how it feels in the hand. So initially I thought it does feel very light, and when things feel light, they can feel cheap. However, the plastic that's being used here doesn't feel cheap. It's not that sort of shiny plastic. This is a matte finish and it doesn't feel cheap, luckily, but it does obviously still feel very light in the hand. Now this can extend up to 213 millimeters, and the closed state is 105 millimeters. We do have our Hall effect sticks, which feel quite nice. They're quite snappy, as you can see. We have our D-pad. This doesn't feel as clicky as I'd like. This is a bit more spongy than the other Gamesir controllers we're used to, but it doesn't feel too bad. So we also get a back and start button, and similarly, they aren't the clickiest buttons in the world, but they have some reasonable feedback. And we get our A, B, X and Y. Now these feel much better to me, more on par with an Xbox controller. And of course we get our L3 and R3 clickable. We get our Gamesir button and our M button here for programming the controller. On the bottom we get a USB-C port here, so we can do some pass-through charging, which is nice. And on the top we do get our RB and LB. They feel nice and responsive as you press them in. And we get some digital triggers here, which is a slight shame we don't have analog, but digital triggers will do the job in this very small and lightweight package. This controller is the first Gamesir one I've seen where you can actually get your phone in even if it has a case on. So currently, as you can see, I can't get my phone in because of the case. It's just take up too much space. So what I can do is just take out these rubber strips and try again with our flexible USB connector. We're gonna open it up, pop it in, give it a click, and we're in. So now we are connected, we can see the light coming on, and that is now connected to my phone. Now, you can see here, there is some space available for me to use one of the pads, and you can see here the different thickness of pads available. So there's a very thin one and there's an ultra thin one here. So let's try the very thin one and see how it looks, just to add a bit of grip here to the side of the controller. And now my phone has gone in okay. It's not even touching the side still, but we have it in there with that extra bit of grip if we so need it. So we can also take off the right hand side here, and then we'd have an even more compact experience. And of course we don't need to worry about the phone at all because it's in a case still. So yeah, you can actually have it very compact. So have a look here, we can see that the cameras on the phone are not touching the controller at all, so that's good to see. So yeah, with the phone in the controller, it doesn't feel heavy at all. It just feels pretty much like you're just holding your phone. Okay, so here we are in the Gamepad Tester App, and as you can see, absolutely no latency whatsoever with this controller, USB-C being that direct connection, so you've got absolutely nothing to worry about when it comes to latency. All the buttons feeling nice and responsive. D-pad, yeah, it's not the best to be fair, but I prefer the clickier D-pads, but this will obviously do the job. Okay, so let's go through some of the modes that you can select here on the controller. If you want to switch to the Nintendo Switch layout and reverse the A, B, X and Y, you just press and hold these two at the top, the start and back, and you'll see a little flash there. Little Gamesir logo goes red, and we'll now see that A is B, B is A, X is Y, and Y is X. And again, to go back, press and hold, and wait for it to go back to the blue color, and we're now back in our normal mode. So if you want to activate a turbo function, you certainly can do. You just press and hold M and press whichever button you want. Let's start with A. You'll see the Gamesir logo flash, and you can now see it pulsating as it presses the button repeatedly. Same on turning it off, just press and hold M and press the button to turn it off on, and it goes back to normal. The other thing you can do with this is you can take a screenshot. If you double tap the M button, a screenshot will be taken. And that's pretty much it for the controller here. There's no other macros or anything you can set up. So let's get into some gameplay and see how it fares. Right, so we can now see I am playing Genshin Impact here, and I've got the screen controls mapped as per the Gamesir app, and I'm now able to play with this controller. So yeah, it works pretty well. You can obviously customize the controls on the screen using the Gamesir floating widget here. So you just click on there, and then you've got the option to customize this as you see fit and move things around, change buttons to suit your own personal preferences. So yeah, that is working nicely indeed. So I hope you enjoyed this video. This was just a quick look and review of Gamesir X5 Lite. For £35, you're not going to get much better, to be quite honest. You've got the quality of Gamesir in a light, compact format, and you can finally use your phone in a case in the controller, which is very rare to have on a Type-C setup. So yeah, I hope this was useful. Don't forget there's an affiliate link down below if you want to pick one of these up and support the channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe and leave any comments you have down below, and I'll see you in the next video.